CIL 650, in association with Tom Lucas Productions, presents Radio Real Estate.
Our house in the middle of our street.
And now, here are your hosts, Bill Macklem, Fern Northcutt, and Tom Lucas.
Okay, Bill, put the pencil down. We have to go on the air now.
Oh, okay.
We're just sort of figuring.
Just taking notes.
Yeah, just taking notes. Do you think we can afford doing that?
No.
No? Okay.
No,
What about if Fern goes in on the deal with us?
Hey,
Cheeky,
Hi there.
Hi there. Fern, we're making a deal here. You, me, and Bill are going to go Thursdays on the Reagan place that's for sale. What do you think? Think we should swing it?
I think that's awesome. Works for me.
Yeah, works for you.
Only let me see. It's 33 million. So
Right.
how many is that each divided by 3? 11.
11 million each.
Very
We
good. I
can
don't
do
even know
that.
my calculator.
Yeah. What else do you know about that house, Fern?
Well, the view is fabulous, and wall-to-wall windows. It overlooks the valley. It's fabulous.
Nice, isn't it? I can just move right in there. I'm telling you.
Really could. It's a little dated. You'd have to update it, Tom.
When was the last time you dated somebody? Come on. That's kind of a nice house, though. So 33 million is what they're asking for. Do you think if we were to offer 33 million Canadian with no subjects, they might go for it? What do you think?
Doubtful.
Doubtful, did you say?
Doubtful.
Maybe if we made it worth your while, could you maybe get in and try it for us? What do you think?
I doubt if you'll even got a garage door for that.
Probably not. Hey, how are you this morning?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty
Good.
Fair to middling.
Yeah, I understand. Well, it's been one of those weeks up here on the West Coast with real estate. Bill is back in studio with us. You're in Palm Springs here for a couple of weeks. Had a good time down there?
I tell you, they had sun.
The sun's coming here,
there
too.
was sun.
It's still going to be sun here, too, soon.
Yeah, no, but this is sun all day long.
All day long. All day long.
And warm.
Gotta love that sun.
And it was
Yeah.
warm. And did I say that it was sunny there?
No, you didn't. Was it sunny there?
It was very sunny
there. Well, welcome back. So you're with us. Fern is with us. Join us here. We're here. It's the Radio Real Estate Show. We're going to put our money together. We're going to buy the Reagans, one of their houses down in Southern
You
California.
should see the patio with the...
Isn't that amazing?
They have seating for 30 people on an outdoor table, surrounded by
Isn't that
olive
incredible?
trees.
You know, I would, well, see, I don't know 30 people, Sue.
You would live that house, you
Yeah, I
will.
guess so. Kind of like winning the lottery, huh? Oh, my God. 2 minutes after 10 o'clock, Bill Macklem is back. He is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. It's the radio real estate version of Donald Trump this morning.
Yes, it is.
Yes, he'll be, by the way, Fred, he'll be having a rally, so if you want to say anything a little later on, please feel free to do so.
Hey, works for me.
Yeah,
I love these rallies.
I
I'm
guess
just
it'll be
really
fun.
enjoying this Trump thing.
So you've also got the mortgage rate update coming on the show?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Sorry. They'll also answer your mortgage question of the week.
And later in the show, I'll be talking about Trump. The silent majority speaks. Little thing like 37 mature trees cut down in downtown Ladner by the municipality.
Well, what I like about Donald Trump, he said he likes the uneducated, so he's going to be talking to me this morning, so that's good.
Well, that's two of us.
Yeah, let's do this.
Well, you know what it is about Donald Trump. I don't know if you've seen his baby picture, but I'll email it to you. It's pretty awesome.
Did his
Remember
mom
that
have-
old doll with the orange fuzzy hair, and he has his arms straight out? I can't even remember what you call that doll.
Apparently, he and his
Are
mother had the
posting
same
that.
hairdo. Apparently, he and my mom had the same hairdo.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Our radio real estate home handyman, Finn Jensen, is here this morning, and he's counting down the days till spring.
Monica Dinabriga, president of Mummy Maze, will be here with a clean tip of the week. And this morning, she helps us use coffee to keep our fridges smelling fresh.
Why are you laughing?
Because we use coffee grounds in our gardens.
In
to
your garden,
grow,
yes.
To grow things.
Absolutely. My dad used to put that up by the roses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
coffee's good for a lot of
Coffee
different
grounds
things.
and eggshells.
That's right.
Jeez.
So much for the coffee breath. Kiss me. Oh, you got coffee breath.
I'm not kissing you.
No. Later on in the program, something new we're going to do today. I will be giving some real estate headlines, and then our panel of experts, namely Bill and Fern, will make a comment on them. So you can say whatever you want, you guys. So we won't give the headlines right now, but we'll do that later on in the program. I'll say blah 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 blah, and they'll say da 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 da. And if you agree, that's cool. And if you don't agree, that's cool too. So we're going to talk about the headlines coming up in the world of real estate. So that'll be kind of cool. So what else are we going to do on the show this morning, Fern?
Bill's mortgage question of the week is coming up, and if you'd like to know, if there's something you'd like to know, leave your question for Bill on our website, RadioRealEstateShow.ca, and Bill will answer it on next week's show.
And also, we're taking a trip down south of the border, down Mexico way, with our Los Cabos agent. Nick Fong will be on the program in a few minutes as well.
And Andrew Jock of Keller Williams Elite Realty is on the show to bring us up to date on what's happening with real estate in the Tri-Cities area.
And then we have Don Mortimer from Remax Crest Realty Westside is coming with us this morning to take a look at the greater Vancouver real estate market.
It's 10:05. It's the Radio Real Estate Show with Tom Lucas. Ferd Northcott is here. Bill Macklem is here. And Dwayne Bishop, your producer, is here. We're all here together again on the radio. It's Radio Real Estate, and you're listening to us. And we thank you so very, very much for that. Now, Bill, everybody waits for this part of the program. Each week you do the mortgage rate update. We talk about how much money is going to cost us. But let's talk about some of the splosh you can get to. But are you still working on that toaster?
Well, they're actually going to be just one slice toaster. So
but
I got a really good deal on them.
It's a good deal, though. It's a good deal.
But you only get one slice.
If you're just tuning into the show, I keep teasing Bill. I said back in the old days, you go get a mortgage, and you get a toaster with it. But nowadays, you get the door. You get a cookie.
Do you remember the ones you used to flap down on the
No,
down?
my
Don't
parents.
you remember
No,
that?
not even my granddad had one of those. Maybe.
I think I still have one at home.
I'm sure you do.
Well, it's economical.
Yeah.
Was that pre-electricity?
Yes, it was for
No,
years.
this had electricity in it, but the sides came down. You put your toast in, then you flip them up, and then you cook to one side, then you flap them down, turn the toast over, and then put them back in again. Very efficient.
You're dating yourself there, Bill.
And you know why that is, Frank? Because nobody else will date him. His wife won't let him. So, mortgage rate update time. What's going on with money?
Well, money is fairly inexpensive. Probably going to get a little cheaper. Looks like the banks are starting to realize that they have a surplus of funds from the RSP season. And so whenever that happens and the rates start edging downwards, they start to come up at the end of the year because banks want to have profits. And then as the money starts, how can I say this? Not accumulating. As depositories start getting too full and they have to make the payments on that money, they have to get it out to the consumers. And so now we're going to see a little bit of a trickle down of rates. So you got some good rates. Your 5-year rate's down to about 2.44. Now don't forget, on any of these special rates we talk about, there's always some hooks on them. You want to make sure that when you're talking about the rate, that you have the full ability to do all the prepayment privileges that you normally would want in a normal mortgage. What I use as an example is that if you went to an auto dealer that had a really hot price on a car, and you knew it was kind of like too good to be true, and you get there and he says, yes, this is the car, it's exactly what I want. And the next question that the car dealership asks the guy or gal, did you want wheels with that?
Do I want wheels with the car?
Yeah.
No,
like
I just had to put it up on a block and look at it. Yeah.
So mortgages are no different. These are all loss leaders. There's different ways of getting the money out. They're definitely proper lenders, but they do different things to get your attention.
So what you're saying then is don't base the whole thing on a toaster.
No.
Even if it is just
Exactly.
the flip up. So big date in history today, Bill. On this date back in way, way, way back in time. I think it was the 1990s. Was it sometime?
I was even here by then.
Were you?
Yeah,
Were
I
you?
moved here in '94.
Maybe this is why they did it.
I never smoked.
Wow.
Oh. Tell everybody what's going on.
Vancouver City Council votes to ban smoking in restaurants
for goodness
on
sake.
March the 12th,
No.
1996.
I can remember the days
Has
when
it been that long ago?
it's been that long, Fern, since we've had a puff of anything. It's terrible. Remember, you used to be able to go to the supermarket and have a puff over the kumquats.
Well, this is true, but you know what really amazes me? I mean, you walk into any of the stores, London Drugs or whatever, I mean, the cigarettes are locked up, but they're right there by the door where you exit. If you want any of your prescriptions to look after your health, you got to go way in the back to get the prescriptions. I mean, go figure.
Well, we digress just a little bit. There's a story in the paper here the other day, and it looks like the do-gooders would like to charge the cigarette companies for people who smoke their cigarettes and throw the butts on the ground and leave them there. So they want to charge them for cleanup. I'm saying I understand where you're coming from. However,
Let's just have some more bureaucracy.
I just say let's just find the people that are throwing the cigarette butts down instead. What do you think?
Let's not have any cigarette butts.
Well, that's neither here nor there. The thing is, you don't sue the people who use the product, or the company that makes them, right?
No, you don't sue them because of pop bottles. That you got to get the pop bottles back.
When was the last time you had a pop bottle?
Well, can't.
We're really digressing now.
I see. In the next segment of the program, Billy's going to be doing some more chatting. As a matter of fact, you'll be having the mortgage question of the week coming up. And later on in the program, this week's Radio Real Estate Headline News. Nick Fong, our Los Cabos agent, will join the program this morning. And Monica Dinabriga, the president of Mommy Maids, will talk to us about keeping our fridges smelling sweet by using coffee. Some sugar?
That's sweet.
No cream, yeah.
Well, you're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house on Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
Introducing Mommy Maids, a business created out of the lack of employment opportunities for single moms with flexible working hours. From residential to commercial, you can trust their insured and bonded cleaning professionals with any task. Let them clean your castle with no hassle. Go to mummymaids.com or call 604-533-4959.
1, 2, 3, ABC. Mommy Maids come rescue me.
Hi, this is Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. We have found that most consumers automatically sign their mortgage renewal statements. Most banks have a higher than 90% renewal rate, so there's no incentive to give the best rates on renewal. Most people will not change lenders due to the hassle factor. Let us do the shopping for you. Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages today.
CI 650.
Letters. We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
This is, I'm so excited.
This is my new Palm Springs sweater.
I like it. It suits you, Bill. It's
got a little bit of pink in it, a little bit of orange.
Just enough to make it, whatever. Yeah. But it is, I haven't seen a short sleeve sweater in years, Bill. So that's very good. So now, Fern, I know that you have a
show off my tats on my biceps.
Your what? In what? Where?
Well, that used to be a bicep, and that was a tat.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's 11 minutes
after. As long as it doesn't show those tattoos.
Oh, you guys are talking the same language. Tattoos. Folks, I have no idea what Bill and Fern are talking about. But I do know that Fern has a question for Bill.
So this week's question comes from Mel Kazoninski of Abbotsford. Mel would like to know, Bill, what are some of the hidden costs involved in purchasing a property?
Thanks, Fern. That's a good question from Mel. There are a lot of costs. You should be aware of that. I remember the first time I bought a home, then the lawyer told me I owed him a fee. I kind of went like, what are we talking about? I want to give him a down payment. He says, no, we have a few things. All right, so in BC, if you buy for more than $475,000, you're looking at property purchase tax. That's 1% of the first $200,000, 2% of the balance, unless you're buying a brand new home up to $750,000, and then there's no tax up to $750,000. There's GST, though, on the new home, so you got to be careful of that. You have legal fees, somewhere between $890 and $990 plus tax. So we always say put $1,500 aside for tax for legal fees. You'll have a property tax adjustment. When you buy a home, the taxes are due the middle of each year. So when you buy a home, let's say you buy a home at the middle of the year, July, you already owe taxes for the home that you haven't lived in for the next 6 months because you're prepaying them. So you prepay them by 6 months because when you move in, you don't have a mortgage payment. Therefore, you don't have a tax payment, so therefore it's always 7/12 of the taxes just to make sure you have some money put aside. You need a survey or title insurance. You'll want to have a building inspection. That can range anywhere from $350 to $650, and we'll need an appraisal. And that'll be anywhere from $250 to $350 depending on who you use. So there are a few costs. If we take away the property transfer tax and you buy for less than $475, you're probably looking at about $2,500 to $3,000 on costs. As a general rule.
Gee, might as well just stay at home.
But most people have that little glossy look by the time we get done.
No kidding. I was getting that little glossy look just listening to you.
So at the bottom it always says what the mortgage broker fee is.
Oh, no.
And we don't charge a broker fee.
That's good.
That's why I tell them it's $100,000. I've actually had some people write that down. Then they look at me and kind of go, you're fooling, right? Yeah, absolutely. You don't charge a fee.
Bill,
but I used to say $1,000 and they thought, that's ridiculous. If I knew that, I wouldn't use it.
That's crazy.
Change it to $10,000,
yeah.
And they still say the same thing.
I'll tell you what, change it to $1 million. You, Fern, and I will talk about a new career. What do you think?
We just need to get one person to say yes.
All right. So, Fern, if somebody wants to get some information from Billy on or offline, what do they do?
For expert, I can tell the way this show is going today. For expert mortgage information online, visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, MAC.com, or call Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
It's the Radio Real Estate Show on AM 650, CL 650. Right now, here's Andrea Jock from Keller Williams Elite Realty. We have her on the line. What's going on in the Tri-Cities, Andrea? Hello there.
Good morning. Hi, everyone.
It's another weekend. You're here. You're selling. It's chipper as ever. You must be selling houses. You must be working hard for your clients.
I am, and I'm so excited because I've been in a whole bunch of multiple offers this week, and I'm proud to say that my clients were the winning bidders in 2 of the multiple offers this week.
It's always nice to have a good news story, isn't it?
It is, and I have to say, honestly, to all the buyers out there, if you are looking to compete in this market right now, it looks like subject free are the only offers that are really being considered and looked at. So there's lots that you can do. If you are considering going in subject-free, you can look at having a pre-inspection. If it's a strata property, make sure you get all the minutes ahead of time so you can review everything that's happening within that strata. Title, PDS, just make sure that you get all the information you need before you go ahead and write the offer.
That's fantastic. Now, do you have a listing you can share with us?
We need more listings. It's so busy out there, and we're very short of listings. So if you're thinking about selling, now is a great time, especially in Port Moody for homes in between around 800 to about 1.3, Central Coquitlam and Western Plateau. We are desperately needing listings. If you're thinking of selling, then make sure you give me a call.
All right, if you need more information about the Tri-Cities, please call Andrea. And right now, here's our friend Fern to give you the information.
And in the Tri-Cities, call Andrea at 604-683. Sorry, let's try that again. 604-783-3124.
Okay, once again, the telephone number is 6... Here, I'll do it. 604-783-3124. That's 604-783-3124. Or visit pinnaclegrouprem.com. So coming up, we're going to be chatting about the real estate stories that were making the headlines this past week. How about that?
I think that's great. I can't wait. I mean, lots of stuff out there. Good morning. This is for Northcott of Remax Performance Realty with mortgage expert Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgage, producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate, Vancouver's original on-air open house on CL 650.
Tom Lucas from the Radio Real Estate Show with Mike Farkas, my service manager over at North Vancouver Nissan.
With all these beautiful blossoms coming out, it's hay fever season again. We're offering 15% off to all our customers on parts and labor for the replacement of their in-cabin microfilters. And this is the filter that filters the air going into their little environment inside the car.
So if you want more information, you can breathe freely. Go to the web and go to northvancouvernissan.com or give Mike a call. Right, Mike?
Absolutely, I'm here.
Hi, this is Fern Northcott of Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. You deserve the facts of a professional home evaluation based on the statistics of the MLS. To find out what your house is really worth, call or text me. Fern Northcott, 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. We all need specific types of mortgage financing. You may have bought your next home and not sold your current place. We have financing for that. You may not be able to prove your income for the mortgage you require. We have a lender for that. Call us, Dominion Macklem Mortgages today, 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
Vancouver weather.
Well, we had some showers earlier this morning. There's a risk of showers later on today. Now, what about tomorrow and Monday, Bill?
Oh, it looks like cloudy with 60% chance of showers. And then we're going to have some showers again in the afternoon. And Monday, we're going to have more showers.
What a surprise. Is it going to be wet?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Right now it is 8 degrees on the Radio Real Estate Show.
CL 650.
Clock on the wall says 12 noon. Guess I better get up soon.
The clock on the wall says 12 noon. So if you had to be at a meeting tomorrow at 12 noon and you just went to bed tonight and didn't do anything to the clock, and you went to your meeting tomorrow at 12 noon, you would be...
An hour late.
An hour late, that's right. So you want to set the clocks ahead 1 hour.
Springing forward.
Spring forward. Don't proceed.
So does that mean you're going to be an hour late for church tomorrow?
Yes. No, because I'm going there tonight when I get my work done. I'm going to go right to church, so I'll be early.
Yes.
I get the nice pew at the padded kneelers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say a few for me too, Tom.
I will. And you will have a few for me too, right, Bill?
Absolutely.
We need all the help we can get.
You're darn right. It's 18 minutes after 10 o'clock. Time now for real estate headline news. This is where I'm going to give Fern some headlines to what went on in the news this past week. And we'll get your comments, okay? So one of the big stories was outbidding. There's a story about one local family. They have a budget of $1.2 million. They have been outbid 16 times in the past 2 years. You got to come up with some more dough.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to either come up with some more dough or have a different angle on how to do it. Maybe you write a letter to the seller. Say, look, this is who we are. We will look after your home. Maybe do something different than what everybody else is doing. If it's just about money, maybe not.
All right. Now, 1 in 10 Vancouver condos is empty. Here's the surprising truth about Vancouver's vacant houses. 1% of detached homes are empty. 12.5% of condos are vacant. Fern?
Well, yeah, that's true. That a lot of us are offshore investors, and we have compliance rules in our area there with the single-family homes that people will offshore will buy them. They either sit vacant or college kids are living in them. Lawns aren't mowed and this kind of stuff. So I know every neighborhood has one or two.
That's right.
It's interesting.
It's an interesting facet, but when you look at it being 1%, I was surprised at that. I thought it'd be more than that. 1% of the detached homes are empty. That's not really. I mean, I'm sure there's that many empty with people going south for the winter. So I'm thinking that's not really that large amount. But the 12.5% of the condos being vacant, that's a bit worrisome.
Yes, it can be, because my concern always is water or fire. Either one could happen. But with the single family, of course, it's 1%, but you kind of have to look at kind of areas where you're going to have more vacancies. If you look at Fraser Heights area and all up through there, this side of the river, but northern part of Surrey, there's a lot of vacancies. That's where all of this 1% comes in. And Richmond, a lot of not owner-occupied there either.
All right, now the city wants to fill its, I think we're talking about Vancouver here, but the city wants to fill its condos with people. No links were found between the prices and vacancies.
That's interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
So that means that...
Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of hard to comment on that, because you know what? You can't force people who have condos that aren't living in them to rent them out.
Mm-hmm.
You really can't. So there's got to be some other system in place to actually, as Fern was saying, make sure there's no water leakages, no fires, that type of thing.
All right, now I'm interested in your comments on this. Green light for the Greenway. The city of Vancouver has purchased the Arbutus Corridor from Canadian Pacific for $55 million. $55 million.
That story, that just blows my socks off. I wonder what's wrong with it now? I mean, why did they have to purchase it? What are they going to do with it? Upgrade it? Is it going to make it nicer? Or going to dig up the roads? Or what's going to happen? Where is all our money going? Obviously, that $55 million has been taken out of one bucket and put into another.
Well, exactly. We have people dying and dancing in the streets downtown, but along the corridor, we're going to have nice shops, some fancy-dancy trains coming along. I think, I could be wrong, this is just me, but I think that perhaps the city may have some plans for that property.
I'm thinking it's probably going to be a bike lane.
Perfect.
Because
a bike lane. $55 million bike lane.
$55 million bike lane. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, it makes sense.
Makes sense.
Now you've got to have people to maintain the corridor.
All right. Now, one of the biggest deals here in British Columbia, it seems it's co-housing. It's a brand new living option. There's a new 31-unit development, and it sees residents, they share their homes, but they also share big, large common areas. And I think they do this in Europe. And it's working over in Europe. I don't know if it's going to work here or not, though.
It is.
That would be interesting. Can we wrap our heads around it? Because a lot of people come to Europe because they like the wide open spaces here in Canada. Now, are we going to go to the European way of doing things? I would look at the ramifications. The government really likes to put its fingers in all different kinds of pies, and how often does it work?
Really? Well, now I was thinking about that because I understand in Europe you live in your own place, but you can go down and stay to the commons area kitchen. And everybody in the area could be like pitching in and cooking dinner one night. And I walk in, I smell onions and garlic, I walk right out again.
Yeah, you would. And I look at cleanliness. That
exactly.
Different people have different standards.
Exactly.
And who wants cruddy things in the plug in the sink?
Exactly. And Bill, you look over the fireplace to see if we have Canucks jerseys, right?
Exactly.
A little bit of something for everybody.
A little bit of decoration.
There you are. Hey, yeah. Well, let's what's happening in the news this week, and you guys sort of cleared it all up for us. So I thank you for that.
I'm sure we did.
That's right. 23 minutes after 10 o'clock. If you have a question for Bill or Fern, by all means, go to our website. You can leave it there on the mortgage question of the week or give us a call. And Fern, if somebody wanted to call you with a question, how would they get a hold of you?
I can be reached either by phone or text at 604-790-9066. Phone or text 604-790-9066. Email fern@smart.com. Fern with an E, smart with 2 T's.com.
Okay, thank you, Fern. Now, Bill, if somebody's listening to you, they're thinking about, I do need a mortgage, I want to talk to a mortgage fellow, I may as well talk to the best in the business. Let me talk to Mr. Macklem. How do I get a hold of you, Willie?
My phone number is 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-4663. Last 4 digits can also be home.
All right. That's very good.
Yeah.
I like that. So if you're thinking about making a purchase down in Mexico, we would like to talk to you now with our Los Cabos agent. His name is Nick Fong. We have him on the phone line right now, and I think he's ready with another Mexican moment for us.
This week, I want to bring to you a Ventanas resale unit. It's located in Phase 3 and is being sold fully furnished with every upgrade imaginable. So it has water filtration system, it has solid wood cabinetry, It has upgraded fixtures, lighting. It is extremely nice with a 2-car garage included in this elevator building. Don't have to do stairs. The clubhouse is already operational with the swimming pool and fitness area. With my in-house financing to my clients, this is a wonderful vacation rental option where you can rent it and cover your costs, maybe make a little bit of money and have the unit to enjoy yourself. Have a great rest of your week.
Well, thank you so much. You have a great rest of your week, too, right?
Yes.
I think if you're down in Mexico, you're probably going to have a good week.
I would think we'd have a good month.
Right, cerveza, por favor. So if you want to get more information on your dream home in Mexico, here's the number to call. Give Nick a call. He'll help you out when he's not busy cleaning the pool with Fern. The telephone number is area code 312-725-3664. That's 321-725-3664.
Let me help you with that one. That's 312-725 3664.
See. What?
Okay, let's get a little serious now.
All right.
In our next segment, we'll be joined by Monica DiNobriga, president of Mommy Maids, who has this week's cleaning tip, something to do with fridges and coffee.
And also the top areas to live in for British Columbia, for Vancouver, actually the best neighborhoods to buy a property. We'll be announcing those. We'll do the top 5. It's kind of a long list.
Wow, it is.
But we'll do the top 5, and maybe you could call in and tell us where you live, and we'll tell you what your place is worth.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that, right?
That would be cool. With more real estate information coming up on Vancouver's original on-air open house.
You betcha. It's Tom Lucas with our co-host Fern Northcott of Remax Performance Realty, Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Our producer is Dwayne Bishop, and you are listening to Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
Tom Lucas from the Radio Real Estate Show with Mike Farkas, my service manager over at North Vancouver Nissan.
With all these beautiful blossoms coming out, it's hay fever season again. We're offering 15% off to all our customers on parts and labor for the replacement of their in-cabin microfilters, and this is a filter that filters the air going into their little environment inside the car.
So if you want more information, you can breathe freely. Go to the web and go to northvancouvernissan.com or give Mike a call. Right, Mike?
Absolutely, I'm here.
Hi, this is Fern Northcott of Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. Baby boomers move for various reasons. Perhaps your home is just too big, or you want to buy that toy you always wanted. Together, we will make that happen. Call or text me, Fern Northcott, 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. With interest rates always being a topic of discussion, it is important to have a mortgage professional who will guide you. If interest rates are all you think of, I can get you a 0% interest rate if you put 100% down. Of course, with 100% down, you don't really need a mortgage. Variable rates versus fixed rates. Which one is right for you? Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages, 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
CL 650. Does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care?
Does anybody really know what time it is? Well, the time now is 10:27. That would be Pacific Standard Time.
Yes.
However, tomorrow at this time it will be
9.
No.
Oh, it'll be 11.
Yes,
11:27.
Because we spring
ahead.
Forward, exactly.
Just want to see if you're paying attention.
I know you. I know. So Fern and I have the drill down. I hope you do too.
I'm changing the clocks.
Get with the program.
I'm changing the clocks today.
Now then you'll be like really early.
Yeah, but I'll go to bed early too.
Oh, that's true too. So, folks, if you want to be on time, and I got to do this too because I got to be up early Monday morning, and so does everybody else at work. Bill, Fern, Dwayne, set the clock ahead 1 hour before you go to bed tonight.
Even do it at supper time tonight.
If you have to, okay. So I understand.
Well, get the kids to bed early.
I understand that your fridge is kind of stinky. I just cut right to the chase.
You talking to Kathy again?
No, well, I'm just talking to you.
Okay.
I want to talk to your wife about this because I know it's not her fault.
She's very sensitive.
And she has a sensitive nose. But she says that you folks, and I do know that you have wonderful coffee at your place.
We do.
So here's the idea. If you tell you what, maybe what we should do is let Monica tell you about how to keep your... Okay. Monica, you there? Could you help us out here?
Good morning, Tom. Regular cleaning of your fridge is recommended, but when you are storing food items that have strong odors, use your morning pick-me-up to eliminate the odors in your fridge. Simply place coffee grounds, new or used, in a bowl on a shelf. Replace them every 2 months for a fresh, slightly caffeinated smell. This is Monica DiNobriga for Radio Real Estate.
So if Mommy may clean your castle.
Yeah, but no hassle. No hassle.
Call Monica, 604-533-4959. That's 604-533-4959. Or visit mummymaids.com. That's mummymaids.com.
So you see, you take your coffee.
Now, do you drink the coffee and then put the grounds in after?
That's a good question.
Can I drink the coffee first and then put the grounds in?
What we should do, I think, is the three of us, we should invite Monica out for coffee one day.
And
see what she does with it.
Let's go to her place. See what she does in her fridge.
Good idea. All right, 10:30 on the West Coast. We Money Sense magazine, which is moneysense.ca online, have come up with a list of areas of the Greater Vancouver, Metro Vancouver, where it's a good place to live.
Wow.
Because of all sorts of, just the price of housing, but walking and blah, 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 blah.
Oh, really?
So what we're going to do is we're going to do the top 5 right now. And if you live in one of these areas, good for you. If you don't, maybe you want to give us a call, 604-280-0650. You might say you live in East Van in the Victoria area, Victoria Street. What's your price of housing worth down there? So we'll tell you. But right now, number 5 is in the East End. It's Renfrew. And over in Renfrew, remember the Renfrew area by the P&E?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you can buy a house over there.
Those are gorgeous houses.
$1,145,000 is the average price.
Who knew?
Incredible. That's on a 33-foot lot, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. How about New Horizons in Coquitlam? Number 4 on the list for $755,100.
That sounds decent.
Okay. Sounds decent, Mike.
Sounds decent.
All right. Number 3 on the list was the Hastings.
Right out and buy 2.
Yeah. Well, Hastings is on the list at number 3 in East Van. $1,036,500 to buy a place over there.
I'm in.
Wow.
Are you in?
Oh, yeah.
Number 2 out in Burnaby, Brentwood Park. I guess that's around the Brentwood Mall. The asking price over there, $1,250,000. But you can go shopping.
Huh.
You can go shopping. And the number 1 place to purchase property locally is in West Vancouver at Ambleside. And over there, it's $2,249,300 to buy a place.
Wow.
Who gets the $300?
Not the bulldozer special.
Yeah, but they are special. They're good places.
Yeah.
I remember Red Robinson years ago when he was first married, about the early 1960s, bought a place, I think, in Patterson in North Vancouver, which is a nice area of town. And I think they paid maybe $12,000, $15,000. And I remember he went home to Carol one night and he said to her, he says, how the hell are we going to pay for this?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that incredible?
How times change.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My parents had a little rinky-dink place like you were talking about a second ago, Fern, a 33-foot lot on West Point Gray, about 3 blocks of the University Gates. In the early 60s, I think my dad paid probably about $12,000 for it. In the 80s, it sold for over $1 million.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Just
incredible.
Just wacko. So,
and that's everywhere, Same, I grew up in North Delta, and I look at what my mom and dad paid for their property there and what we sold it for, 8 years ago, and it's just incredible.
Absolutely is. So this is the Radio Real Estate Show. If it got something to do with real estate, we're going to talk about it, right, Billy?
You betcha. We're talking about real estate all the time, every time.
Because, quite frankly, we've got nothing else to talk about. We're going to chat with the Greater Vancouver expert on the program. His name is Don Mortimer. He's with Rebacks Crest Realty Westside. We'll do that in a few short minutes. And you're going to be talking about your friend Donald Trump.
I'm talking about Trump. I'm talking about Trump for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of things going on that I think the silent majority are going to get a little ticked off at.
You know what? I didn't used to like Donald Trump. Not personally, not because I don't know the man, but now I have a tendency to be sort of leaning that way, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know why.
This is going to be a good discussion.
Oh, you're going to love it, Fern.
Oh, dear. This is for Northcott of Remax Performance with Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgage, producer Dwayne Bishop, and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house radio real estate on CL 650.
Your life's too busy to be doing the things that you don't want to do. Hi, it's Monica at Mummy Maids. We'll free up your time by taking care of all your cleaning needs. We have weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or one-time special occasion plans available, including move-in and move-outs. Commercial and residential cleaning performed by bonded, insured, WCB-covered, uniform cleaning experts. You deserve a break, and Mummy Maids can help. Let us clean your castle with no hassle. Call 604-533-4959 or visit mummymaids.com.
Tom Lucas from the Radio Real Estate Show with Mike Farkas, my service manager over at North Vancouver Nissan.
With all these beautiful blossoms coming out, it's hay fever season again. We're offering 15% off to all our customers on parts and labor for the replacement of their in-cabin microfilters. And this is the filter that filters the air going into their little environment inside the car.
So if you want more information, you can breathe freely. Go to the web and go to northvancouvernissan.com or give Mike a call. Right, Mike?
Absolutely, I'm here.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. You have equity in your home. You are over 65. We have some exciting financing options for you. Purchase your second home, help your children buy their home, or set up an annuity for life. Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages at 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
Vancouver weather.
There's a risk of thunder showers this morning. Then later on this afternoon, there's a chance of some wind coming in as well. But tomorrow...
Oh, we got rain in the morning with showers. Then in the afternoon, it's going to rain again in the afternoon, becoming windy late in the day. And then on Monday, we're going to have some more showers. And then in the evening, it's going to showers again.
Oh, thank God. At least it's going to be wet. Right now, it is 9 degrees in the Radio Real Estate Show.
CIL 650. If I could turn back the hand of time.
Mr. Tyrone Davis on the Radio Real Estate Show. We're going to turn back the hands of time. Au contraire, maybe want to...
Spring ahead.
Spring ahead. That's right. Otherwise, you're going to be late for church in the morning.
Or the family breakfast.
Or the family. And you don't want to be doing that.
No, because they'll eat all the Egg McMuffins.
Not only that, we're going to be going to Monica's house and we're going to find out what she's going to be doing with her coffee after.
That's right.
So let's look at the lower mainland radio real estate kind of market this morning. A guy who knows everything what's going on down there because he has his office right under the bridge, the Broad Street Bridge. He told me that, first of all, I thought he was a bit of a troll. I still think he's a bit of a troll, but he's a very nice guy. Never mind.
Never mind.
He's a good guy. He knows Fernie knows everybody on the show. Don Mortimer's the guy's name is with Remax Crest Realty Westside. He's on the line. Don, good morning.
Good morning. How are you this fine day?
I'm wonderful. I know that you have been really, really busy. It's one of those markets where the realtor is very busy, right?
Absolutely. I've got a new listing that has offers on it already and it hasn't even been shown.
Wow.
And they're writing it sight unseen. It's just crazy.
It is crazy. And I guess people are asking probably, but did you run into when's it going to end? When's this going to end? Do we know?
No, we don't know. But you know what? It keeps rising and rising and rising. Wish I had a crystal ball. It'd be great.
No kidding. I remember years ago, my parents bought a little place up in West Point Gray. I think in the early 60s, he probably bought it for about $12,000.
Oh, yeah. Could you imagine now?
Oh, Lord. I wish I hadn't got rid of it in the 80s. I'm telling you, Don.
Yeah, you're right.
Tell us a little bit about this great listing in Richmond you have.
I just put the sign up yesterday and already have an offer on it sight unseen. It's in the Saunders area, 8940 Demarest. It's open Saturday and Sunday from 2 to 4. That's when people will be able to see it, and offers will be presented on Monday morning.
I think you're going to have a very busy weekend, Don, so you get going and tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Call me at 604-781-6000, 604-781-6000. This is Don Mortimer with Radio Real Estate.
So,
yeah.
put Dawn at Remax Crest Realty to work for you. Call 604-781-6000. That's 604-781-6000.
Now, for in your areas of expertise, do you find out that the no subject offers are the ones that are really getting the attention these days? The no subject.
I'm sorry, you cut out there for a minute.
I was just saying that Don was saying that some of the offers are going through now, not only the multiple offers, but they're no subject offers, and those are the ones that seem to be getting taken up nowadays.
Well, they certainly are, and of course I give advice to people to do a non-subject offer because I've done your homework first. It is interesting, though, that I got an email from the real estate board on Wednesday, quote, it says the MLS department has been inundated with listings over the past week, so you have to allow a couple of days for processing rather than our normal 24 hours. So it looks like a lot of listings are coming into the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board.
So that would mean then that people have made up their minds that they're putting their homes up for sale, correct?
A lot of people will do that, but we talked earlier in the show about all of the costs that are involved. And when you're dealing with buyers or sellers, they do not a lot of people do not realize, what costs are involved. You know, when people say to me, "Oh, I like houses, I like people, I can sell my own house," I'll say to them, "How many houses have you actually sold in the last 10 years?"
So it seems to me if you're a baby boomer and you're thinking of downsizing, and help me out, Bill, if I'm wrong here, but I think if you're a baby boomer, you're thinking of downsizing, that this could be a good market to be in because you can sell your place for some money, downsize, move to a smaller place, and end up with some money in your pocket, right?
Good luck.
Oh, I see.
Well, yeah, right. Good luck. Well, you know what's happened is the demand and supply rule again applies here, and the properties that appeal to the baby boomers are being snapped up very, very quickly. That's very unbalanced. We do not have good supply for the demand of that group. And yes, you can sell your house in no time at all, but where are you going to put that money? If you're going to pocket it in your jeans and go off into the wild blue yonder, that's okay. But if you want to replace it with quote a retirement or something downsizing property, it's a lot of people that they're looking at, that will be their last purchase. So they want to be sure. It's not like you're going to be buying 3 and 4 and 5 houses for the next 20 years, by the time you're a middle-aged baby boomer.
Well, I'm thinking that a lot of the baby boomers are looking probably for one level living.
Main floor living.
One level living.
Yeah, bedroom on the main floor because we're getting old. We just don't want to be hiking up and downstairs. And apparently they're not building those type of townhouses anymore because there's no land to put them on.
Well, there's land.
Well, that's the thing, and developers will make more money going vertical rather than going horizontal.
So we're going to go up and down instead of
foundation.
instead of doing the horizontal boogie. We're going up and down, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're kind of
leaking horizontal when you're building. It's the roof line and the foundation which costs you the money. If you go 3 stories high, it costs you less, and you also have a lot more units per acre. So the tax base is also bigger.
Well, no. Pretty interesting stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, there. So it's 20 minutes now before 11 o'clock, 10:40, and I think the music director on the Radio Real Estate Show has picked out something pretty nifty for Bill this morning. Let's see what they've got.
If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you a house. I would buy you a house. And if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, buy you furniture for your house, maybe a nice Chesterfield or an ottoman. And if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you a K car.
If I had $1 million, my old man used to think if I had $1 million, I'd be rich. But nowadays, if you had $1 million, you could buy a house in East Van.
Ladner.
Ladner's on the list too, eh? Oh yeah.
And $1 million is the down payment.
Yeah, no kidding.
Ladner could buy a house for $1 million. Saberton can buy one for $1 million.
There's an old guy in our neighborhood. He goes, $1 million is not what it used to be. Let me tell you. I said, I agree with you.
That when you were a millionaire back in the 70s, you were rich.
Yeah, you had some dough.
If you're a millionaire today,
your name is Jimmy
you
Patterson.
have high taxes on your house.
My God. So, yeah. You have any numbers we can call after the show? Okay, so now you're going to talk about your friend with the hairdo, Mr. Trump, and I'm going to tell you why I'm inclined to listen to some of the things that's going on down there.
So we spent a week down in Palm Springs, and we listened to a lot of the debates and trying to make ourselves a little bit more educated, a little bit more knowledgeable about what was going on, what they're talking about. And yes, Mr. Trump is a little bit adversarial, bit of a bully, certainly outspoken, certainly not shy to speak his mind. Sometimes that's not a good thing. But as I'm watching what's going on, I'm realizing that in a democracy, what happens is that you have a very large silent majority that does not vote. So you have a 30 to 35% turnout in most democracies, if they have that much. And so therefore the winner is the winner of all the losers, as opposed to going for something that's better. And I see him actually going after the silent majority, the people that are kind of ticked off. And they're ticked off about a lot of things. But we don't have the time or the money or the ability to make any changes. But here's a fellow here that's looking at it. And if you're going to look at a true democracy, you actually need a benevolent dictator. And he looks to me like he's a benevolent dictator.
There's been a few of those in history.
There has been. Mm-hmm. And he looks that way. And what that means is that he's going to get rid of a lot of the stuff that's going on. I've been telling you some stories all morning about all the frustrations that we get from roads that are, I had a fellow, a client of mine, who called me in and said, I'm just so frustrated. He said, there's a turn lane going off this road onto a major highway, and they have a yield lane. And the yield lane is about 3 cars deep. But there's about 30 cars every light that needs a turn. So he says, I'm going to phone the municipality. So he phoned the municipality. I'm going to put you directly right through to the lines guy.
So that's a good thing then.
Yeah, so you can talk to the guy that's in charge of all the lines.
Cool.
So he phones the guy and
says... The line guy?
Lines. Yeah, they make lines in the road.
Oh, okay.
Not that kind of line. This kind of line. They're both white.
Painted lines.
Painted lines.
Okay.
So he phones him up. He says, you know what? That's a really good thing. But did I not tell you that I'm not in charge of that? Because that was actually another department who actually demolished the road to put down new pavement, to put some more new crossings in. And so therefore what happened is that they don't come to us for the lines.
I'm excuse me, did you get a buzz off that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good.
They don't hire us. No. They have to hire a subcontractor to come in and do the lines. So they're going to do the lines the same as they did last time. So the fellow said, well, yeah, but I'm talking to you about doing this, so why don't you just talk to these guys?
Mhm.
So no. We don't allow departments to talk to each other. So therefore, they're going to do the lines. That costs us money.
Right.
Then they're going to go in and look at it and say, oh, yeah, that fella had a really good idea. They're going to burn the lines off, and then they're going to make the lines bigger.
Okay, so who do the lines people have to talk to then?
Well, they have to go out and inspect it.
Oh.
After it's done.
I see.
See whether it was really done right or
Mhm.
not. So it's that kind of stuff.
I see.
We've already had the discussion about the no turn-off on 99 onto the South Perimeter Highway going north to Guildford. So I already told you the story about me following a semi to Town and Country, Highway 17. He takes the roundabout, goes south again on 99, so he can get onto the South Perimeter Highway. I mean,
So-
that's really effective.
So what you're thinking then is when Mr. Trump is elected president of the USA, he's going to come here to Canada and take care of your problems, eh, Bill?
No, but I'm saying that. But that's the kind of mentality he's got. That he's tired of all these specialists that they don't know what they're doing, and if they do know what they're doing, they're limited by the people that are around them. So like it's tough to fly with eagles when you're always working with seagulls.
Nicely done. I know another expression is kind of like that, but I won't say it on the air because it could be your little grandchildren listening to the program
Yes,
right
that's
now.
true.
Absolutely. Talking about Donald Trump, I've been watching him on TV, and I don't get too involved in American politics, but well, number one, this guy's interesting to look at. Number two, he seems to be having this little sort of ongoing battle with the Pope.
Yes.
Both of them are very charismatic people. The Pope says a lot of good things. However, the Pope did come out and when Trump said he wanted to, and I don't know if he's serious or not, but Trump said he wanted to build a wall or a border between the U.S. and Mexico.
Yes.
The Pope came out and said that for him, in order for Trump to do that, that he mustn't be Christian. Because he wants to build a wall between two countries, right? He wants to protect his country of the USA. And I say, this is fine. This is coming from a man that lives in the Vatican City in a palace that is surrounded by the Swiss Guard. And he's talking about keeping the country
Very
safe.
interesting.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
You know, it's interesting, if I can just throw this in, guys. I mean, who's going to build that wall anyway? What labor is going to be used to build that wall? What do you think?
I think
Might be Mexican?
well, I don't know about that, but maybe the uneducated people that Mr. Trump talks about.
Exactly. Exactly. But there's all these things going on. For example, here's something that's even closer to home. So we're building a Site C dam. We do have a surplus of power occasionally, and we want to sell our power. And so we have to build power lines. And so we have the ability to build our power lines not only here in BC, but we join a grid across Canada that goes through Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. Comment in the paper on Thursday saying about the fact that Alberta is saying, hey, why would we allow your power to come through our province so that you can make money on your power when you're not allowing us to get our oil to market that actually has us a better opportunity to get our maximum return to a dollar? So you're polluting our air with your electrical fields, if that's what you want to call it, and you're not allowing us to do our oil. You're forcing us to sell it down to the States where we get a lesser amount of money on our return, and therefore we don't provide enough jobs. The problem we got is we're trying to balance jobs for regular working families with a green environment, and those are two important aspects of our life, and particularly in the West Coast, where it's very critical. But at the same time, we have to balance them properly and not be either too far left or too far right.
I'm glad you brought up jobs because everybody that comes to British Columbia, God knows where they come from, but they get jobs, including a couple of young fellows from Saskatchewan.
Yes.
They were in Saskatchewan. Gee whiz, they had no job. So somebody in Saskatchewan, we won't name names, bought them a one-way ticket to British Columbia. So what I'm thinking on the show Monday morning is maybe what we should do is buy bus tickets and give them away on the show to people to go to Saskatchewan for one way. Maybe we can all get a job in Saskatchewan. What do you think?
But only in the summer.
I'm not going to Saskatchewan.
Well, no.
I love Saskatchewan. I'm not going. I'm from Manitoba. I've already left that part of the country.
It's kind of like a country song that Fern wrote. Saskatchewan was is happiness is Saskatchewan in my rearview mirror.
Well, pretty well. And as you know, I was born in Saskatchewan.
I know, we're just teasing.
My home.
Hey,
my roots.
Whereabouts in Saskatchewan were you born?
Saskatoon.
Saskatoon.
Yep.
Guess who had a great song with Saskatoon?
Never know that. No, that's Saskatoon, not Spittoon.
Sorry.
Fern, if somebody wants to get a hold of Willie during this week and he's not busy with the Saskatoon or whatever, what should they do?
Well, there you go. I'm glad you're off your rant now, Bill, but I enjoyed every minute of it. Get expert mortgage information online by visiting BillyMac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, MAC.com. Or by calling Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-683-HOME.
See, Bill, remember a long time ago I told you that you should get off your high horses and do a rant, and you said nobody would care. They care. I'm down there trying to buy some carrots at the Safeway the other day, and a woman says to me, she says, "You know Bill Macklem?" I said, "Yeah, I know Bill." She says, "Oh my goodness, did you hear what he said in the show last week?" I said, "No, what did he say? I wasn't listening." I said, "They love you, Billy." So if you have an idea for Bill and a rant, maybe it's a good idea to get in touch with you.
Absolutely.
Stop Bill on the street. He goes to the liquor store quite often and buy some bud and give him an idea for a little rant.
We're buying wine. We're buying wine.
Are you buying?
We buy wine.
Yeah, I know. I've seen your garage, all the empties in there. I'm just kidding. It's 10:49. Bill's okay. I make you out to be something you're not, and people know we're just teasing you.
Absolutely.
I go home after I listen to the show, and I go, "Geez, we're picking on Bill again." But we love you. So, Bill, the next segment of the show, I think our home handy guy is coming up, right?
Yeah, our home handy, Finn Jensen, and he's going to be talking this morning about he's getting anxious for the beginning of spring.
He's not the only one, let me tell you. Good morning, it's Tom Lucas with our co-host Fern Northcott of Remax Performance Realty. Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Mech. I'm getting that buzz again.
Yeah.
I think it's my hearing aid. Yeah, so he's with Dominion Macklem Mortgages. And our producer, or is that your heart?
That may could be my jammer.
Your pacemaker? Oh, my God. Our producer is Dwayne Bishop. You have nothing wrong with you, do you, today? No, okay.
No, it's all good here.
All right, so you're listening to Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy, Seahawks 650.
Hi, this is Monica from Mummy Maids. We're here to help you with all your cleaning needs, including move-in, move-outs, packing and unpacking, organizing, laundry and windows, walls, basic cleaning and custom cleaning. We do it all. You deserve a break and Mummy Maids can help. Let us clean your castle with no hassle. Call 604-533-4959. That's 604-533-4959. Or visit us at mummymaids.com.
Tom Lucas from the Radio Real Estate Show with Mike Farkas, my service manager over at North Vancouver Nissan.
With all these beautiful blossoms coming out, it's hay fever season again. We're offering 15% off to all our customers on parts and labor for the replacement of their in-cabin microfilters. And this is a filter that filters the air going into their little environment inside the car.
So if you want more information, you can breathe freely. Go to the web and go to northvancouvernissan.com or give Mike a call. Right, Mike?
Absolutely, I'm here.
Hi, this is Fern Northcott from Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. Real estate is the greatest investment you will ever make. Approach it as an adventure, financially and emotionally without mistakes. I have a plan for making your real estate investments work for you. Call or text me, Fern Northcott, at 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Seahawks 650. Anytime I told, all you gotta do is go, and I'll be there.
Anytime at all, all I got to do is call and I'll be there. You wouldn't think we'd let the show go by without a tune from the Beatles, would you?
Absolutely not.
My God. So the essence of that song, Bill, is tonight when you go to bed.
Spring ahead.
Set your clock ahead. How much?
1 hour.
1 hour, okay.
One.
Will you get your calculator out for that?
I was.
Yeah. Because if you don't set your clock ahead 1 hour,
you'll be behind.
You'll be late 1 hour.
Unless you're in Saskatchewan.
And because they don't change
They don't change.
What they do is they send their people out to British Columbia to find jobs.
Neither does Arizona.
And either does Revelstoke.
Really?
That's right. So that's really confusing. You get to Alberta, and then you come back into BC to Revelstoke. You got to change your clock back, and then you got to change it again. That's why I gave up driving across this country years ago.
That's why I'm glad I have a phone that actually talks to satellites.
Well, we didn't have those in the 70s. We didn't have those phones.
We didn't have them in the 90s.
Well, that's true, too. So our Radio Real Estate home handy guy, his name is Finn Jensen. He's a big part of this program. We've got him on the line right now, and there's something on his mind. Finster, what is it?
Good morning, Tom, and good morning, everyone. Spring break is just around the corner, and a lot of folk are already having their toes on the start line. Many are gearing up to take care of customers right here. Interprovincial and international visitors have been choosing Vancouver as a destination of choice for years. Here, they find a unique blend of culture and venues that satisfies the appetite for change of pace, something all of us can find restful and interesting at the same time. Travelers arrive from faraway places in order to take advantage of the downtime, to have a relaxing visit with family and friends enjoying the holidays. While it's correct that tourists make up a good percentage of the business expected, locals contribute a hefty number as well. Stay-at-home vacations are popular with many families. A couple of nights out of town or on the town enjoying restaurants and upscale amenities offered by local hotels can be just a ticket without the big ticket cost. All very true, but just as true is the decision to turn up the fireplace. Get that book out and let it transport you for a couple of days. Have a safe and enjoyable spring break. This is Finn Jensen for Radio Real Estate.
Let Finn take care of all your plumbing and heating needs. For fast, reliable, and dependable service, call Finn at Gentech Mechanical Installations, 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740.
Now, I think that next Sunday, not this Sunday, but next Sunday is the 20th. That is the beginning of spring. Spring will be here on the 20th.
Excellent.
Isn't that excellent?
I'm down with that.
I'm down with that,
Is
too.
that the solstice?
Well, yeah. What is solstice? That's when the sun...
Yeah.
When the moon... Yeah, no, spring is going to be here next Sunday.
Excellent.
So I think next Saturday on the show we should have some sort of celebration. We can all wear short sleeve shirts. What do you think?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
I'm
my
bring my
Hawaiian
Easter
shorts,
basket.
too.
And Bill, please don't wear those shorts again, okay? Bill has this horrendous pair of white, what do they call Bermuda walking shorts that he likes to wear with the black dress shoes and the orange knee socks.
It's about the lions. I mean, that's my lion outfit.
That is why your wife calls me all the time and she says, would you please ask Bill to leave via the back door? So nobody will see him. So it's 10:55. We gave you a bit of a time there to do one of your daily rants. I love when Bill rants about things because he has an opinion and everything. And we have a couple of seconds left over in the show today. One of the big things that I think will affect property values in the city of Richmond and maybe even Ladner after a little while will be the new bridge that they're building. And now people are saying that somebody has pushed through this wonderful 10-lane bridge when they have a wonderful tunnel.
Oh.
So what's going on? What do you think?
Well, news was Massey Tunnel decision is shocking.
Shocking.
You know, you got a 4-lane tunnel.
Yes.
That's trying to handle 10 lanes of traffic.
Well, it depends on what time of day it is, too. Because sometimes it's like one lane going one way and 3 the other, right?
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
So you're trying to get 9 lanes through one. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry.
So we need something else.
So the people who wrote this article obviously do not live in the Lower Mainland. Probably live in a high-rise in downtown Vancouver. Because if they had ever tried to be on Highway 99 going south at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and they're looking at Mylora Golf Course.
They're looking at it for a long time.
For a long time.
For a long time, yeah.
So that's a problem. Or if you're coming to work in the morning. Another blockage.
Well,
so you need to have a tunnel.
Well, now, just a second here. I come to work in the morning, as you know, and I leave my house at 4 o'clock. I have no problem coming here at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, well, you're the only car in the road.
Well, that's beside the point, yeah.
So
I hear you.
So what I don't understand, though, is that when you do the examination of the facts, the trucks and the cars that are going through the tunnel, mostly during the day, are coming. A lot of the trucks are coming from the ports or coming from the States, and they're dropping off their goods in Richmond to be downloaded to smaller vehicles, which then distribute the goods throughout the entire Lower Mainland. So to be efficient and to make this thing happen properly, you need to have this kind of transportation because they need the ability to move all these vehicles, which is going to enhance the tax base for Richmond. And yet Richmond is the one that's causing the problems with saying we shouldn't have one. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you're the same guys that designed the off-ramp on a Steveston Highway that's a 1-lane, merges in directly into traffic that's coming across the overpass bridge, which was built in 1958. And you're talking to me about You're talking about planning? This is not planning. This is kind of ludicrousy. This is insanity.
No, that was planned, Bill. That was planned by the people of Steveston back in 1950. What was it?
1958 was
58. They planned this back in 1958 because the people all moved to Steveston.
Yeah.
And they didn't want anybody else to follow them.
Well, that's the same.
So they made the roads like that so you couldn't follow them.
But we've got a few minutes. I'll tell you a little story.
It's like the people that moved to Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
And then they want the ferries blown up after
No,
that.
they put them on an island trust, so you can't build any bridges. But if you got a second, I'm going to tell you a little story. So there's a new breed of giant mega ships that are going to pick up goods all across the West Coast. These ships are 20 stories high and 4 football fields long.
20 stories high and 4 football fields long.
Exactly.
That's one
They're on
big
diesel,
ship.
and they're more efficient economically to run, taking goods from Eastern Europe, China, and the Western Seaboard. Excuse me. In L.A., they're going to be building a higher bridge. They have to raise it by 45 feet at a cost of $1 billion so these ships can come into their ports and move their goods. So if we build this bridge, what we're talking about, it's not only good for transportation, it's going to allow the port of Vancouver to dredge the Fraser River and allow these ships come in, which are going to provide even more jobs.
The bigger ships.
And provide more jobs for people and save some money in transportation goods.
So they're going to bring some more cars from Finland that we can sell to the general public, or Syria, or wherever they make cars, and we're going to be selling them here, right?
But we could also be shipping lumber to the rest of the world.
We could be, but we probably not.
We could.
We should.
We should.
Okay, well, that's a story for another day. It's 10:59, so I think Fern has got. Did you say something to her? She left us early.
I think she hit a yucca tree.
Oh, okay. So, Bill, now if somebody wants to get a hold of you during the week, maybe just for coffee or something.
Yeah, I just need coffee.
Okay, so they give you a call?
Yeah, give me a call. I've got coffee. My mom has cookies. We have these cookies. I'm getting another batch today.
Really? I'll be right
yeah,
over.
I had a client come in last week and say, "Oh, I was in yesterday. There's no cookies. No, we have cookies today." I said, "I'm sorry, I didn't get to the freezer quick enough to get them for you."
Yeah, because your mom called me last night and she says, "I've got cookies, dear."
Yes, she did.
I love your mom.
Oh, yeah, she's good. So they can call me at 604
yes
684 4663. 604 684 home.
Our house in the middle of our street.
Well, I can't wait. I'm just going to go over to Mom's house right now. Mrs. Macklem, I'm coming over.
She's always got good coffee.
Your mom, I know. She makes good coffee, good cookies.
Oh, I tell you.
Good-looking lady. What more does that guy want? Never mind. So you're going out to make some house calls now, are you? That's why you're all dressed
actually
up
have about 5 different clients coming in this afternoon to the office.
Really?
I was away, so
catching up.
If you're away, you got to pay.
All right. So give Fern a call during the week if you want to know something about real estate, and give Bill a call. He'll help you with mortgages. Dwayne and I will be back on Monday morning.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, we will. Bright and early. Well, actually, it'll be a little later than usual, but in reality, it's the same time. But it'll be daylight time. We're back, and we'll start the show, and it'll be like the middle of the afternoon already. We'll have to wear our sunglasses. I'll bring the sunglasses. All right. Have yourself a great weekend. Don't forget, set the clocks ahead 1 hour. Right?
1 hour.
And keep it on.
Spring ahead.
Spring ahead. Good advice. CL 650, it's the Radio Real Estate Show. Tom, for Fern, Bill, and Dwayne, thank you. Bye.